Hi guys, I'm Renee from Kudos Kitchen and welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you've already been here and enjoy our videos and recipes. So today I'm making, because I have a lot of leftover sweet potatoes from a few nights ago when we had some friends over, and I have about, I'm gonna say 4 to 5 cups of mashed sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna do like a stuffed cheese croquette. That's what I'm calling them anyway. So a sweet potato stuffed cheese croquette. The name will change because that's a little awkward and a mouthful. But mashed sweet potatoes is what I'm going to use. There's butter, cream. I think I added garlic to this, but you can use your favorite mashed sweet potato recipe. This is just what I happen to have. I have a shallot. I'm going to mince that nice and fine. Some eggs. I'm going to whip this into the sweet potatoes so they will hold their shape, because I'm going to make them into a ball. I have some double smoked cheddar, white cheddar. I think that'll be really tasty within the sweet potato balls themselves. And I'm going to roll them in cornflake crumbs. I mean, that doesn't sound half bad if you ask me. So that's the plan. And let's just start. So the first thing I'm going to do, I turned the camera down so you could see. The first thing I'm going to do is mince this pretty large shallot. And because I have so many potatoes, I chose to use a very large shallot. So remove all the peel. I did that kind of weird. And if you don't know what the flavor of a shallot is, it's kind of like a cross between a mild onion and a mild garlic. So yeah, I love shallots, and I really started recently cooking with them, and I'm not going to go back because they're so good. So I'll just finely mince these and then stir them into the sweet potatoes. They're sticky just like garlic. And I don't know why this is, but it's always the case. When you're doing something in front of the camera, it's always 10 times more awkward than it is without the camera on. So what's up with that? Anyways, finally mincing the shallots. Okay, this is 2 tablespoons approximately of minced shallots. And don't forget, I said I have like four cups of sweet potatoes, so it's not like it's going to be overpowering for that amount of sweet potatoes. I'm going to go ahead and mix the shallots in with the sweet potatoes and give it all a good stir. So to the sweet potatoes and shallots, I am going to add 2 lightly beaten eggs and combine this all really well. And from there, I'm going to decide. I'm thinking I might need to add some breadcrumbs just to give these potatoes a little bit more stability for when I roll them into balls. But we shall see after I get it all mixed together. A little bit too loose, I think, to roll anything into a ball at this stage. The eggs will keep them nice and in shape as they're cooking, but right now there's no way this could be mixed into a ball. I'm sure you can tell that just by looking at it. Again, I'm just kind of trying to figure it out as I go, and that's okay. Okay, now I'm going to add approximately 1 cup, maybe 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs. These are seasoned breadcrumbs. I'm going to mix them in and see how it looks. I'll have this all written down for you if you would like to make this recipe, if it works out. I don't see why it shouldn't. I'm very excited about trying it. Okay, I can tell already. I mean, the breadcrumbs are absorbing the moisture, but I think I'm going to have to add more. All right, so let's go another 1/2 cup. I don't know if you're cooking with a camera at home. It's a weird feeling, let me tell you. But I do appreciate you being here and watching our videos as I attempt new recipes. Okay, it's definitely better. Is it great? No, it's not great. I hate to overdo it too much with the breadcrumbs, but I'm going to add a little bit more. So it's probably about for 4 cups of sweet potatoes, it's going to be 2 cups of seasoned breadcrumbs and 2 eggs. Give all that a good mix, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is more like it. This is more the consistency I was looking for. Definitely thick. It's going to be sticky to roll into balls, but that's okay. I do believe it'll work. I'm going to try a little one first as a sample and see how well that goes. But our mixture is ready. Okay, full disclosure here. I added, because I tried a little ball to roll the sweet potatoes into a little ball, and it was still a little bit too soft. So I added another cup, call me crazy, of breadcrumbs. I did taste it, and it tastes really good. So there's that, but this is definitely a thick mixture. Don't be afraid to experiment in your kitchen, guys. I mean, if worst comes to worst, the only thing that I would say I will do with these potatoes is maybe just put them in a skillet and fry them up as is if the balls aren't working. So it's not like the food is going to waste. It's just going to be repurposed if needed. Okay, here we go. Okay, up next, we're going to roll them in cornflake crumbs. And I will go ahead and season these crumbs with a little bit of salt and pepper as well. Some pepper and kosher salt. Give it all a nice mix. Okay, before moving on, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and cube up the cheese. So approximately, I don't know, what does that look like? A ½ inch cubes? Well, I haven't gotten to the cube stage yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. And these sweet potato croquettes are going to be good size. They're not going to be itty bitty golf ball size. They're going to be good size croquettes. There we go. I don't know if that's ½ inch or inch, probably inch. And to make the sweet potato balls, I think the best thing I can do is oil my hands. That way the sweet potatoes won't stick too horribly bad to my hands and will be successful. So moving on. So I'm going to add a little touch of olive oil spray to the inside of the large ice cream scoop and also rub my hands with some of it. There we go. Okay. Yes, it's going to be a little bit oily, but I think that's the only way this can be done successfully. We'll see. Okay, there's a nice scoop. Yeah, that's not so bad. And I'll make a divot in the center. Hope you can see. Add the cheese. And roll it all into a nice ball. I'm going to make them all first, and then I will roll them one by one into the cornflake crumbs. Okay, meet me back when I'm finished with all these potatoes, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so here are the sweet potato croquettes. I was able to get 14 out of that mixture of 4 cups of mashed sweet potatoes and 3 cups of breadcrumbs and those 1-inch cubes of smoked cheddar cheese. So now what I'm going to do is roll them one by one in the cornflake crumbs, and then I'm going to pop these in the freezer before I cook them. And I'm thinking I'm going to brown them in a skillet and then probably put them in the oven to finish cooking. But we'll see. Anyways, here goes the first one. The best tip I can tell you, you guys, is the one about oiling your hands when you're working with these sweet potatoes, because that really did help. So just put the crumbs on, press it gently so they stick. No need to roll them in egg or anything like that first. Just give them a nice press, a nice coating. And I'm going to go ahead and do this with all the croquettes. This is actually kind of the fun part. The snowball, making the snowballs was fun too. I shouldn't call them snowballs. They are sweet potato croquettes. And I started with maybe 1.5 cups of the cornflake crumbs. One other thing I'm going to say is after you coat your croquettes with the cornflakes, give them a quick roll to kind of fix their shape if they happen to get a little misshapen. Mine definitely did. And I'd like them to be all nicely shaped balls. And it's a lot easier to do that now after they've been coated with the cornflake crumbs. I suppose you could also make these into flatter shapes. They don't have to be like ball size, but that's just what I chose to do. Just don't press them too hard because your cheese is in the middle. Okay, these are going in the freezer probably for about 15 minutes just to firm up before they get fried in the skillet and finished in the oven. Okay, I'm back and I've had a bit of a change of heart. So what I'm going to do now, instead of pan fry the sweet potato croquettes, because I checked them in the freezer and they've been in there like 20 minutes and they're still kind of soft. They're not rock hard. Of course, if you want to leave them in for at least a good hour, they should be solid, but I don't want to take that much time. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to melt butter, 4 tablespoons of butter with a 1/4 cup of olive oil, and I'm going to melt that in the microwave. And then what I'm going to do is coat the bottom and the sides of a muffin tin. Actually, a muffin tin, 2 muffin tins, because I have 14 croquettes. And then I'm going to place a croquette in each of the wells and then brush the additional, what's remaining of the butter and oil on top of the croquettes and bake them in the oven. It's going to be a lot neater and quicker. Let's see how they look. I'll turn the camera down so you can see what I'm doing, the steps. Melted butter and oil, check. Give it a good mix. And like I said, each well I'm going to place a good bit of butter around and up the sides. Okay, I have the oven preheating to 375 degrees, and here are the croquettes, and I'm just going to gently press them into the muffin tins. And they are a very nice fit for a muffin tin, which I'm happy to say. I'm going to continue on and do the rest of the croquettes, and then we'll be right back. Okay, I don't know about you, but I'm excited to see how these are going to turn out. I think they look really, really good. So I am going through and putting the butter and oil mixture on top of each of the sweet potato croquettes. The oven is preheating, or preheated, I should say. It's ready for me at 375 degrees. And then we're going to pop these in the oven. I'm going to go with 20 minutes and see what they look like after 20 minutes time. As I say, I hope you are as excited as I am. And if you like this type of video, cooking on the fly, basically, it's the way I do things, please consider liking, subscribing, and pushing the notification bell for my channel, Kudos Kitchen by Renee. Actually, I think my channel is just called Kudos Kitchen. My blog is kudoskitchenbyrenee.com, where you can find all sorts of tasty recipes there. So I'm going to finish putting the final touches onto the sweet potatoes, and then I'll pop them in the oven. Stick with me and see what they look like when they're done. Okay, call me crazy, but I think they already look like they've been baked, but they haven't. So they're awful pretty. They're golden brown. And I'm popping back on to say I've decided I'm going to drive home the smoky flavors since we use smoked cheddar cheese in the inside, is I'm going to just sprinkle the top of each sweet potato croquette with just a little smoked paprika. A little extra garnish never hurt anyone. Now at this point, if you wanted to, I'm sure you could pop these in the freezer and cover them and freeze them for as long as you need to. Well, you could freeze them until they're solid, and then if you wanted, you can, take them out and store them in a plastic bag or something. But if you wanted to make them up ahead of time, that would be a great way to do it. Okay. Now these are going in the oven. So check back in a minute. Well, more like 20. Okay, you guys, here they are, hot out of the oven. And yes, the butter did bubble over. It's not the worst problem you could have. But if you're worried about that in your oven, you can put a baking sheet underneath the muffin tin if you need to. I did not need to. They did bubble over, but it wasn't enough to cause a spill. So, gosh, they look good and they smell so good. I'm going to let them cool for probably about five minutes or so. And then I'll take them out of the tin and we'll see what they look like then. Okay, let's see how they serve up. They've been sitting in their muffin tins for about 5, maybe 7 minutes. Oh, looks like a muffin. Maybe I should call them sweet potato muffins, but they are nothing like a muffin. They only resemble a muffin in shape. So I'll get a few out, put them on the platter, and then we'll do a taste test. Hopefully they're not too dense. But sweet potatoes are dense, meaning heavy, like, you know, mashed potatoes are heavy. Whoa, that one fell apart. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, that actually looks really good. I'm going to taste that one. They probably need a little bit more cooling before I try and remove the rest. But let's have a taste while we're at it. Good cheese pull. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like really good cheese pull. Okay. Here goes the first taste. Oh yeah, that's very good. Very, very good. That's going to be my lunch today, as a matter of fact. Now a little flourish, now that they're on their platter, a little flourish of smoked paprika on the plate to help hide some of the crumbs and things. And because it's pretty, and a little fresh chopped parsley, because you have to be pretty intentional about putting it on there. It's just to make the plate look pretty. It's not necessary. Sorry if I talk too low, you guys. I forget I'm talking to people instead of just myself in the kitchen. Not that I talk to myself. How's it look? Tastes really good. We'll give it a sample. All right, here it is. Let's see if I can get the all-important cheese pull. Not too shabby. Okay, and now for the all-important taste test. You saw what they look like out of the oven. Hopefully you saw the cheese pull. And now I'm going to give it a taste, even though I've already eaten a full one. I didn't do so properly in front of you. That's rude. I know that's rude, but I'm going to do it so I can tell you what they taste like. Crispy coating because of the cornflakes. Very mild sweet potato flavor. Maybe that's because of all the breadcrumbs and stuff, but for those who don't even like sweet potatoes, this would be excellent. But it does have a mild sweetness to it, sweet potato flavor. The shallots you can taste gives it a little bit more of an oniony type flavor, and then that smoked cheddar in the middle. Really good. I mean, really good. You can also use, I used a white cheddar, but you can use the orange cheddar, yellow cheddar, whatever you call it. So I'm going to go for one more taste, and then, yeah, that's it. Then I say goodbye for now. Very good. I hope you guys like this recipe and will try it. I'm going to get it written up and put on my blog as soon as I possibly can. And yeah, anyways, please give me a thumbs up. Not me, but our channel a thumbs up if you like this type of video. And consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell because I sure would appreciate it. So in the meantime, why don't you check out some of our other videos we have on the channel. There are quite a few. So until we eat again, I hope you have a delicious day.